What did we just witness? The Dallas Mavericks don't have enough healthy players to put on a 5-on-5 scrimmage amongst themselves, let alone muster up enough healthy players to even compete against any of the remaining teams that we have to face this season. But somehow, someway, whether it be the dog in the fight that these Mavericks players have, or maybe the genius of the coaching IQ that Jason Kidd is showing, the Dallas Mavericks somehow, someway pulled off a win tonight against the San Antonio Spurs, who themselves were also dealing with injuries. So in this video, we're going to take a look at what actually happened tonight, what stood out for us, as well as how does this affect our odds at getting Cooper Flag over the summer. But how's it going, everybody? My name is Marcel Martin. This is Mavs Digest, bringing you the latest news on everything Mavericks related. And before we get started with today's video, if you are sick and tired of seeing this handsome face every day on YouTube, but you still want to listen to what I gotta say, check us out on Spotify. The link is in the description below. Go ahead, give us a follow, give us a rating. Every single video that we upload will also be uploaded to Spotify the next day. So if you don't want to miss out, check it out. But like I said, the Dallas Mavericks, or the Hospital Mavs, as a lot of people are calling us, we barely have enough players as it is. And in yesterday's game, we had some injuries during the game. We had Brandon Williams leave in the middle of the game due to tightness in his legs. You had Kessler Edwards and Dwight Powell collide into each other, diving for a loose ball to the point where Dwight Powell's face started bleeding. Kessler Edwards left that game, but he did come back. And then before today's game, it did look like we were going to be the first NBA team ever to forfeit a game due to just not having anybody available. But we were able to muster up enough people. We got Dwight Powell all patched up. Kessler Edwards, he took an ibuprofen. He was good to go. And we put together a little lineup of 8 players that were available to play. And somehow, some way, we pulled off a dub against the San Antonio Spurs. And I don't know if Jason Kidd or maybe Spencer Dinwiddie or anybody got the memo. We should be losing these games. We only have 16 games left in the season. And although it is nice to see the Dallas Mavericks go out there and fight a hard-fought win when there's only 8 of them out there, you got Caleb Martin's on a minutes restriction, so he's not even playing that much. But it is somewhat inspiring to see them go out there and fight night in and night out and not just roll over. But you could have made it close. You could have missed a few of your shots in the stretch, down the stretch in the fourth quarter. We're trying to get a better lottery pick. As of right now, we're projected to get the 13th overall pick. We only have a 1% odd of getting that number 1 overall pick. And if we keep losing games, maybe we could get better odds at that pick. But if we take a look right here, like I said, the Mavericks defeat the Spurs 133-129, ending their 5-game losing streak. And since the trade deadline, the Mavericks are currently 7-10, which really doesn't seem that bad. It does feel like we've lost way more than 10 games. It feels like we went 7-20 instead of 7-10. But that shows you the resilience of this team. The many wins that we've had were never easy wins. They were hard-fought wins. Wins where we had a lot of players out, a lot of players missing, injuries, or we traded them away and the guys we got back are also injured and they haven't played yet. The Dallas Mavericks, in one fashion or another, continue to find ways to win even when all the odds are stacked against us. And it's kind of ironic. In games where we're trying to win, we end up losing. In the games that we're trying to lose, we end up winning. It seems like the Spurs have the whole tanking thing really down pat, and they are the true tank commanders of this NBA. They really do know how to tank for a number 1 pick. And if somehow they get the number 1 pick again this upcoming draft, there should be an investigation. But the Dallas Mavericks did pull off a win. We should be happy about it, and we're going to talk about it. We'll take a look right here. Oh, I'm all over the place. We got the box score from tonight's game. Najee Marshall put up another great game of 22 points. He had 1 steal, 3 assists, 5 rebounds, shooting 8 of 16 and 1 of 5 from 3, as well as 5 of 5 from the free throw line. Shooting 8 of 16 is really good, especially since 4 of those misses were from 3. So in all reality, Najee Marshall had a very good game, had 5 turnovers, but he was doing a lot of the heavy lifting of playmaking, bringing the ball down, facilitating, trying to score, trying to create for others. All in all, I'm not too upset with Najee Marshall. With all these injuries, he as well as all these other guys are going to have a bigger opportunity to show us exactly what they can do, even if some of these games don't even matter. And Kessler Edwards had a monster game. We're going to talk about him much more later in this video. But yeah, he also had 22 points with 1 steal, 3 assists, 11 rebounds, shooting 4 of 4 from the free throw line, 9 of 12 from the floor, 0 of 1 from 3. But overall, it was a really, really good game from Kessler Edwards. And with all these injuries, we've seen Kessler Edwards really step up big time. Whether it's we need you to just play off the bench, or maybe coming off the bench for garbage time, or most recently, we need you to be our starting center. It's crazy crazy to think that Kessler Edwards, as our starting center, helped this win tonight against the San Antonio Spurs. Yes, they didn't have Victor Wembanyama. I get it. But when you have Kessler Edwards, who's an inch shorter than Najee Marshall, is your starting center, there's going to be a weird way you got to navigate the wins and losses, as we are shooting more threes now. Last game and this game, we shot a good amount of threes because we obviously don't have the size to really attack the paint and play down low. The post game is out of the question. I don't think we have anybody who can put their back against the basket. But shout out to Kessler Edwards. He is our two-way guy. He only has a few games left before he can't play any more games for us this season. And with his amount of NBA experience, we won't be able to give him another two-way contract. He may be a player that we do give a guaranteed contract over the summer. But shout out to Kessler Edwards. He definitely stepped up. Klay Thompson had a really good game as well. Had 26 points, 3 assists, 2 rebounds. He was 7-7 from the free throw line, 3 of 8 from 3, and 8 of 14 from the floor. Really did shine in tonight's game. The defense, I would argue, was horrible. However, the offense was definitely there. And Dante Exum had 10 points, 1 assist, 2 rebounds. Max Christie had 12 points, 1 steal, 5 assists, and 4 rebounds. Not the best shooting night. He was 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 2-11 from 3, and 4 of 15 from the floor. Obviously, with this bigger opportunity and bigger role, he's going to shoot the ball more. But 2 of 11, can we leave that to Klay Thompson? I mean, Klay was only 3 of 8. Let's let him take 11 threes. You can take a few less than that. And off the bench, Caleb Martin in only 20 minutes had 3 points, 1 block, 1 steal, 1 assist, and 3 rebounds. Played good defense. The offense is what it is. He only took 1 shot, so I'm fine with that. Dwight Powell in 21 minutes had 9 points, 1 block, 3 assists, and 6 rebounds. And Spencer Dinwiddie off the bench had 28 points, 1 steal, 6 assists, 7 rebounds. He shot 6 of 6 from the free throw line, 4 of 8 from 3, and 9 of 16 from the field. And as a team, the Mavericks shot 12 of 38 from 3. Like I said, about a little bit under half of our shots did come from 3. We don't really have the size to attack the basket, but against teams like the Spurs, who didn't have a lot of size, we definitely could have done more of that this game. All in all, I am happy that we got a win for just the sake of winning. However, if we are going to be the 10th seed, we don't really have the players to try to make a deep playoff run, what's the point of winning? The tank is all fueled up and ready to go. We do have this year's first-round draft pick as well as next year's first-round draft pick, so we may as well just give up these games. We may as well try to get a better draft pick, but I also understand that these guys are professionals. Asking them to just throw games isn't the most morally right thing to do, but as fans, if they win, cool. If they lose, cool. I feel like we can't really lose in this situation. But like I said earlier, the Mavericks are the 10th seed, the Suns are the 11th seed, and after tonight's game, that gap just widens as the Suns did lose, and this isn't updated yet, but they are 30-36, and the Mavs are now 33-33. We are still in the play-in technically. However, it's fine. I think by the end of this year, we will be the 11th seed, and maybe even the 12th seed if things really shake up. But with this win, we do stay in that 10th seed. Still have a lottery pick, still have decent odds of that 13th pick, only 1% chance of getting the number 1 pick. If we take a look right here, here are just the draft odds as well. We are still trying to capture the flag. Many teams are trying to capture the flag. The Dallas Mavericks only have a 1% chance. After tonight's game, nothing changes for our position in the draft. However, as long as we have just 1% chance, anything is possible. But if we keep winning games, who knows? Maybe we won't be in the lottery. Maybe we'll find our way into the playoffs and we won't get a great pick in the first round. And obviously, there's a lot of other players in this draft other than Cooper Flagg. Jeremiah Fears is another good player that a lot of people are talking about. Edgecombe as well is another good player. There's a lot of good players in this draft. It's pretty deep. So as long as we're in the lottery, I think things will be fine. But as always, we got to talk about the one player who stood on business. And if we got to point out somebody, I got to say it was Kessler Edwards. Like I said, being a two-way player, being our starting center, with all things considering, you're not even our tallest player right now, starting over Dwight Powell, Kessler Edwards time and time again has showed us that whatever we ask of him, he can do it. And he's just a two-way guy, hasn't spent that much time in the NBA, but it is good to know that we have guys that do have that next man up mentality, and asking someone who's an inch shorter than Najee Marshall to go out there and play a starting center position and still come out with a double-double, completely playing out of position, I got to give the man his credit. He definitely stood on business. But a few other things that we're going to take a look at right here. Just to highlight Kessler Edwards, Kessler Edwards had a career-high 22 points and a career-high 11 rebounds tonight. He now has 5 games of NBA eligibility remaining this season. He can't be converted to a standard NBA contract until April 10th. Salute to him for his efforts during this nightmare season. Like I said, shout out to the homie Kessler Edwards, just helping us out wherever we may need it. As well as the Maverick of the day. Guess that Maverick. He's a veteran Hall of Famer. No longer in the NBA. He is a Hall of Famer, a veteran, a journeyman. Just had a short stint in Dallas, but he had one amazing shot for us. So let me know in the comment section, who is that Maverick? Oh, but that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you for making this far to the video. Make sure to check out our Twitter and Discord. Links in the description below. Consider becoming a channel member. We are doing a giveaway every single month on this channel. Only way to enter our giveaways is to become a channel member of any tier. But till next time, y'all take care, drink water. Peace.